for the singing of our national anthem.
From Griffin Park on the campus of Dutchtown High School in Geismar, it's time for high school baseball on the Rev Game of the Week. I'm Jeff Porsche along with Mike Moeller. We welcome you to today's District 558 between the visiting EA Spartans and the Dutchtown Griffins. And we are about to have the national anthem.
Interact FCA 4-H Club,
and the national anthem is being sung by Aiden Email, freshman from Dutchtown, daughter of Pat Email. You may know him from our broadcast. She is a Beta Thespian, Student Council, Interact FCA, and in center stage.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Thank you.
Aiden Email with the national anthem, and we are moments away from the broadcast. But first, we're going to have a first pitch. We're going to start with Ted.
We are honored to have Miss Elise Groh, a freshman here at Dutchtown High School and a member of the Miracle League baseball team. Let's hear from Miss Elise Groh, ladies and gentlemen. Straight down the middle. Thank you, Elise.
So we are just about ready for the first pitch as Dutchtown takes the field. We'll take a short break. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
New inventory arriving weekly at Ross Downing Buick GMC Hammond and Ross Downing Buick GMC of Gonzales. We've got truckloads of inventory en route. Even if you don't see it on the lot, it's on the way during the end of summer sale at Ross Downing Buick GMC Hammond and Ross Downing Buick GMC of Gonzales. Like the new 2021 Sierra 1500 on the way at RossDowningHammond.com. RossDowningGonzales.com.
You care about your car. So do we. Donaldsonville Glass and Body has been around for over 40 years, providing unparalleled collision repairs and customer service, especially when you and your car are having the worst day ever. When you demand exceptional workmanship, call Donaldsonville Glass and Body. Free pickup for your collision repairs and get it back as good as new. It's your choice, so why not choose the best? Donaldsonville Glass and Body.
And we are ready for the first pitch for East Ascension versus Dutchtown. And we'll throw it to Mike, and he'll give us the batting order for East Ascension.
Leading off for the Spartans today, Dominic Ruggiero. He's the center fielder, hitting second. Landon Gotro, the shortstop. In the three-hole, Kane Sancho will be doing the catching. backs Powell back cleanup, play right field. Batting fifth, Chance Meir, the second baseman. In the sixth hole, Bryce Merton, and he'll play first base. Batting seventh is Tanner Stagna. He's the left fielder. Batting eighth, Petrie Thompson, the designated hitter. And in the nine hole, third baseman, Grace Babin.
And a quick 0-2 count from the pitcher, Nathan Monso, to the leadoff hitter, Ruggiero. And the 0-2 pitch misses just outside. It's 1-2 to the leadoff hitter, Dominic Ruggiero, who is leading the team in home runs and RBIs, and he gets a base hit off a 1-2 count. He's going to go for second base, and the throw is not going to be in time. Cut off, and no throw to second. So a leadoff double for Ruggiero.
Yeah, Monso gets a hit, 1-2. Close pitch on that 0-2 pitch. Thought he should have got a strike call there. Maybe got a little bit too much of the plate on that pitch there. And Dominic Ruggiero did a fantastic job staying inside that ball and poking it double down that left field line.
So a leadoff double, and Gautreaux comes to the plate. And he squares around. He's going to do the sacrifice, but it's fouled. So 0-1 to Landon Gautreaux. And Monso is 5-0 on the season with a 2.00 ERA, having a great season, looking for his sixth win. And he has 34 strikeouts and 13 walks, so a great ratio right there for the right-handed pitcher.
Yeah, and true to form, we've seen Monso several times last year and this year already. We know he's a strike thrower. He's going to fill up the strike zone. He's going to challenge you. Here it is. Hit it. My best against yours. And he's held true so far for the first couple of hitters.
And gets a hit 0-2 again, as cannot lay down the bunt. That's Gautreaux at the plate. Again, Ruggiero at second with the leadoff double. And the 0-2 pitch hit to right field in foul territory, and it's caught, and tagging up, going to third, and the play not in time. So Landon Gautreaux flies out to Morrison at second in foul territory, but Ruggiero tags up, goes to third.
Yeah, good heads-up base running by Ruggiero right there. Notice that Morrison's kind of running away from the field, back turned. Going to be tough for him when he catches that ball to make a 360 and throw back to third base. So heads up, taking that extra base right there.
Absolutely. So the go-ahead run is at first here, third in the top of the first. And the pitch outside to Kane Sanchez, the leading hitter, batting average for East Ascension, hitting .323 on the season. An opportunity for an RBI right here. 1-0 pitch misses outside again.
Yeah, and if you're East Ascension here, this is one you want to push across. You know, you want to score early and often. You saw Gautreaux even trying to sacrifice. He's a two-hole hitter trying to get that runner to third. So they're trying to, play station to station and push any kind of run they can across.
And there's a drive to short, missed by the shortstop, but the run is not able to advance as it went to the shortstop, Pyron, and got a glove on it but cannot grab it, and it falls to the ground in an infield hit for Sanchez. And so with one out and a runner on first and third, let's look at the Dutchtown defensive starters.
From Dutchtown defensively, in the outfield from left to right, we're going to have Ethan Mayu, Reuben Williams, Colin Dupree. On the infield, third base, from Tanner Vadnais, shortstop Pearson Pyron, second base Grant Morrison, and first base is Will DeLong. Batter for the Griffins today on the mound, Nathan Monso, and doing the catching, Caleb Ickes.
So a little bit of a hole here and a drive to left. Maybe a sacrifice here, caught by the left fielder to throw home is not in time. So sacrifice for Powell, the fly ball to left, caught by Mayo. And an RBI for Powell as Dominic Ruggiero scores. It's 1-0 East Ascension.
Yeah, good job by Powell for you right there. Taught when you got a runner at third base to, lessen 2 outs. Do anything you can. Try to get a ball elevated. Try to get it deep enough in the outfield to let that runner tag from third, and that's just exactly what he did.
And now we are going to see Chance Meir at the plate. And there's a drive to left and a base hit. they're getting out in front of the pitches there and taking it out to that left field spot. That's 3 or 4 out there in that same area so far for East Ascension.
Yeah, they're being aggressive.
Now batting first
We
baseman
know
number
Monto's
2,
MOs.
Bryce Murden.
He's going to pound the zone, right? So East Ascension's getting in there trying to get something a little bit elevated. They know it's going to be across the plate. But if you can get it elevated just a hair, you can get the barrel to it.
This is Bryce Murden, and that one goes foul. So 0-1. 2 outs. Ruggiero doubled. Gotro flew out to second, and Ruggiero went to third. Sanchez got an infield hit, and then Powell scored the RBI on the sacrifice. And now Meir with a hit, and Murden at the plate with the count 1-1 with 2 outs.
Good block right there by Ickes. Ball down in the zone, drop. Let it hit him square in the chest. That way you can keep it in front. You don't want to get that ball, making contact with you as you're still sliding. Those are the ones that carry them all the way to the fence.
1-1 pitch is high, 2-1. Runners on first and second. That's Sanchez at second and Meir at first. It's 1-0 East Ascension, top of the first. Swing and a miss. Throw back to first. And he had a huge lead, but DeLone can't make the tag. That was a good chance right there.
Good throw by Ickes right there. Just a little, I think the timing might have been a little off there between him and DeLone.
I think so. 2-2, 2 outs, 2 on. There you see the replay. And a shot to short, and it's taken on a bounce, throws to second, and just got Meir at second. So 6-4 on the force. So 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left. It's 1-0 going into the bottom of the first, and Mike will give you the Dutchtown batting order.
Leading off for the Griffins today, the left fielder Ethan Mayu. Batting second, the right fielder Colin Dupree. Tanner Vatney will hit third, and he's playing third base. Hitting cleanup, the first baseman Will DeLone. Batting fifth, Nathan Monso. He's on the bump. Hit the 6th hole, Pearson Pyron. He's your shortstop. The second baseman Grant Morrison hits 7th. In the 8th hole, the catcher Caleb Ickes, and batting ninth, the center fielder Ruben Williams.
And that on the mound, we saw him last week in our game of the week, Jared Cassard, and he is 2-1 on the season with a 3.85 ERA, and he's a control pitcher. He has struck out 14 and only walked 2. He had a nice outing, at least against the Catholic batting order the first go-round, as he was able to get them out and got through the first couple of innings all right, but then couldn't make it through the Catholic lineup the second time and was taken out and replaced by Ruggiero. But he had a nice performance to start out. We'll see if he can continue that tonight against a tough Dutchtown lineup.
Yeah, he's going to kind of looking at him now. We're going to see that little 3/4, not quite side arm, but it's going to drop down as the trunk drops down with the arm as well. Going to have a lot of movement. Those pitchers typically have a lot of sink on the ball, and they're going to want to keep that ball down.
And so you see the throw to second. So we are just about ready to go. And so 1, 2, 3 for Dutchtown. That's Ethan Mayo, Colin Dupree, and Tanner Vadney. And so Mayo hitting .269 on the season. 7 RBIs. A good contact hitter. You saw him in the earlier game we had this season against Hanville with the walk-off base hit to win the game. And there's a drive to right, and it's caught by the right fielder, Dax Powell. So first pitch, Mayu flies out to right. So 1 pitch, 1 out.
Yeah, true to form from Mayu. We saw him several times last year. He's aggressive, man. He likes to swing at that first pitch.
And that'll bring up the number 2 hitter, Colin Dupree, South Carolina commit. Hitting from the left side. That's a nice swing, but the ball goes foul down the right field line. So 0-1 the count to Dupree. 1-0 East Ascension here in the bottom of the first. And the 0-1 pitch misses outside. 1-1 the count.
Dupree going with the no batting gloves. Love that, old school.
And there's a strike, so he takes a second strike. First pitch fouled, second pitch ball outside, and then the third pitch a strike on the inside corner, so he's behind 1-2. And stays alive, fouls it off the net.
Great job right there by Dupree not giving up on that pitch. That's kind of a backdoor slider / breaking ball, which starts off the plate, easy to give up on, and then watch it come back over the plate for strike 3. But Dupree stays on it, gets out there, and fouls it off.
Oh, that hits him in the back of the leg, and so he's going to take first base. So first base runner for Dutchtown, and with the runner on first and Vadnais coming up after we look at the replay right there, let's take a look at the East Ascension defensive starters.
Yeah, defensively for the Spartans today in the outfield from left to right, we have Tanner Stanga, Dominic Ruggiero, and Dax Powell. On the infield, third base, Jace Babin. The shortstop is Landon Gotro. Terrence Miro plays second base, and your first baseman is Bryce Murden. On the bump today for the Spartans is Jared Cassard, and behind the dish, Kane Sanchez.
And a nice breaking ball for first pitch to Tanner Vadnais. Tanner Vadnais, one of the big leaders on this team, hitting .366, leads the team in home runs and RBIs as well. Oh, 1 pitch misses outside, and Dupree's going, and throw is high. He keeps his hand on the bag, and a stolen base. So runner in scoring position after the stolen base. We saw that a lot against Catholic. Catholic was able to run the bases pretty well, got lots of stolen bases. And they're going to try to see what they can do against Kane Sanchez behind the plate. 1-1 outside. 2-1 the count.
So something you got to kind of pay attention to right there. You see Dupree slide past the bag right there.
Right.
A little different from the dirt to the turf this year. Should be kind of getting used to it by now, but it's something you got to pay attention to, especially if it's wet. You know,
yes.
your momentum's gonna carry you past that bag.
This is our first look at Dutchtown with the new turf out here. As the count goes to 3-1 on a ball outside. A little bit different coloring out here. As when we went to East Ascension, they kind of have that tan dirt for the infield, but Dutchtown goes with the traditional old brown. Almost looks like it rained out there earlier this afternoon.
They had the hose and got out there and sprayed it down before they took the field.
Exactly. So when we talked to Jeff Pyron about that, he said each team's got its own kind of little tradition and signature, and that's the difference here at Dutchtown with the infield. Can't wait to see Santa Moss Field in upcoming weeks as well. 3-1 to count to Vadnais. Dupree at second. And there's a strike on the low outside corner.
Pretty much same location as the last pitch. It's a tough one to pull the trigger on. I want that pitch all day, though, if I'm pitching.
So full count. And off the net, stays alive. Pitch was outside, but close enough, I guess, to chase right there.
Exactly. Well, this is where the chess match comes in. I mean, if you're Vadnais, you got to protect because he kind of thinks the pitch prior was, just a tick off the plate. And if you're Cassard, hey, go right back out there. You might get him to chase.
So 3-2 pitch coming, and that's taken to right, and it drops fair. Oh, did they call that? Did they call it a foul?
Home plate umpire called it foul, but it looked fair.
Yes. So now Coach Shake's going to talk to the home plate umpire and see what they call it. It looked like it dropped fair. I don't know if we have a replay on that one. And Shake is not happy about that. That would have probably driven in a run right there.
Yeah.
That would have tied the game.
It looked fair from here. I mean, we're close, right? We're at least 330 feet away from it.
Yeah, it's hard to see. From my eyeball vantage point, it looked like it was fair. Home plate umpire thought otherwise, so now it's still 3-2. Runner at second. And here comes the 3-2 pitch. And it's driven in the same direction, but this time goes out of play. So we remain 3-2. So again, Mayu flew out to right. Dupree was hit by a pitch, stole second, and he's still at second with Vadnais taking the 3-2 pitch way outside. Ball 4. And so he's able to foul a few off, stay alive, gets on first with the walk.
Now batting for the Griffins, the first baseman, number 24, Will DeLone.
And now Will DeLone, who's having an excellent season himself, 470 hitter. And he leads the team in hits and singles. Also hit by pitch. First and second, one out, strike, right down the middle. Not a lot of heat from the pitcher.
No, and I wouldn't be surprised if you may see a little double steal here right now.
It's a possibility. Not going there. The breaking ball taken for a strike 2. So gets ahead of DeLone.
Yeah, good job right there by Casara too. I mean, came set just enough to not be a call to ball, but kind of quick pitch DeLone right there with a breaking ball kind of caught him off guard.
So he gets ahead 0-2 to the Dutchtown cleanup hitter. And there's a drive to deep left, and it is out of here. Home run. Will DeLone, and that's his first of the season, a 3-run shot. And one of the things I was going to bring up, but we didn't have a lot of time to talk about it in the pregame, the wind is blowing out to left field about 12 miles an hour, and that got up in that jet stream out there, and it went for a ride.
He did. He got a ball down. He just got the head to it and got it out in front. That ball was hit well, though. I mean, we can't really say that the wind had much to do with that. I mean, it is blowing out in that direction, but that ball was barreled.
Now for the Griffins.
We don't see a lot of home runs in this field because it's usually it's a big park, and we didn't see any home runs last season out here, but there's one right there, and no doubt about it. 3-run shot by DeLone, and now Monso comes up, and it's 3-1 Dutchtown, bottom of the first. And he fouls it away. So Mayu flew out to right. Dupree hit by a pitch, stole a base. Vadnais walks, and DeLone brings them all home on a 3-run shot to left.
Yeah, DeLone erases that goose egg in the home run column there, too, and picks up his 16th, 17th, and 18th RBI on the season.
And there's a shot to second base, and it gets through to second baseman Chance Meir. And that's likely an error right there in E4. So Monso reaches, so that's 4 consecutive base runners for the Griffins. And now Pyron comes to the plate.
Now running at first base, number 17,
and
Jackson Braddock.
We'll have a visit to the mound as Cassard having a little trouble so far here in the first after getting that first out, Mike.
Yeah, I mean, he actually is keeping the ball down. I mean, DeLone just pretty much sat back and waited on that pitch. Maya had the body out just a hair out front, but kept his hands back good and kind of accelerated through the hitting zone. Hits Colin Dupree ahead in the count, 1-2. It's tough. It's kind of shooting yourself in the foot right there.
Now batting for the
I mean, for the most part, he battled Vadnais, ended up walking him. He's been throwing strikes. He's been in the zone. Just need to be consistent, stay in the zone, try to keep the ball down and get a ground ball and get yourself back out, back in the dugout.
And now we're going to see what Pearson Pyron, the shortstop, can do as he comes up, a 371 hitter, trying to be the fifth consecutive Griffin to reach base. And there's a steal, and the throw is high into center field. But Monso is, well, actually that's a courtesy runner, excuse me.
Jackson Graddick.
Yes, Graddick. So Graddick is steals second.
He's going to pick up his fifth stolen base on the season.
I was about to say, unlikely that Monso's going to be running the base path, especially pitching, and he's not the smallest guy out there as well. 1-0 pitch. And a shot, foul, right field. So count evens, 1-1. EA took the lead at the top of the first with a run, but Dutchtown's answered with 3 in the bottom of the first. 1-1 to Pyron. And again, fouled out of play. So now Cassard ahead in the count, 1-2. Got Pyron at the plate, Grant Morrison on deck, and he had a nice game Saturday against East Ascension. And that's nubbed all down the first baseline, stays fair, and Cassard picks it up and throws the first for the out. Then Graddick's going to move to third.
Wow. That ball, I mean, you got to
that
wipe.
Had some English on it.
Yeah, you have to wipe the blood off of that one right there. That's a great job by Cassard right there. You don't know if that ball is going to go fair. We see the throw out at first right there, but you don't know if that ball is going to spin foul, spin fair. So don't ever stop on the play, right? Always assume it's fair. That's exactly what Cassard did. Made a good play to even grab that ball. I'm sure it was spinning. Had tremendous spin rate.
And there's a drive to center, and another RBI for Morrison, well, his first of the night, but he had a nice game too on Saturday night. Had a couple of hits, and he gets another hit out right here as Graddick's going to score, and that makes it 4-0 Dutchtown. So Morrison reaches, he's at first, and Ickes comes to the plate, the eighth batter here in the bottom of the first. So Ickes takes a strike on the outside corner. 0-1 to count. So 3 RBIs on the home run by DeLone. And then Monso reaches on an error. Graddick steals second. And Morrison drives him in with the single. 4-1. Drive to short. 2 bouncer. Throws the first for the out. 6-3. And so that will retire the side, but Dutchtown gets 4 runs on 2 hits, 1 error and 1 left. And so we go to the top of the second. It's 4-1 Dutchtown. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
The athletic training staff of Dutchtown High School would like to thank SEC Heating and Cooling, Hollis Orthodontics, Tata Law Firm, Raising Cane's in Prairieville, Ross Downing GMC, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic Foundation for their support of our sports medicine program.
Time doesn't stop, and the world keeps spinning. Community, culture, and communications, the powerful circle that connects us together. We're creating the next evolution, a network built for every possibility, moving faster than ever before, streaming us forward into the future. And the revolution is closer than you think. RTC, ETEL, and Vision are now Rev. New name, same company.
We go to the top of the second, 4-1 Dutchtown, and as you see right there, the 2 coaches, you got Cade Cowan and Chris Shakesnyder, as they both have had a good runs at both of their schools, and this is also game 2 of this series. Dutchtown won the first game 3-2 in a very close game.
Yeah, a lot of good baseball that game. Kind of wish I'd have been here to see that one, but great pitching performances on both sides, minimal hitting. just good timely, hits whenever they need it. I mean, Connerly for East Ascension, I mean, he went the distance. He ends up taking the loss, but he only gives up 2 earned runs. He strikes out 10 and gives up 6 hits. I mean, that's a stellar performance by that young man. And you got just Claire on the Griffin side, 4 strong innings, and Bennett to come in and finish it up with the last 3.
Absolutely. It was a very close game. And a 3-pitch strikeout to the leadoff hitter, Tanner Stanga. So he strikes out, and that's going to bring up Petrie Thompson, the DH today,
now batting
hitting in the 8th spot.
Petrie Thompson.
And so we'll see what he does. He did not play in the game last week against Catholic. And there's a ball to Thompson, 1-0. And Monso is in a hurry. He's ready in a swing and a miss. That game on Saturday, Dutchtown went out to an early 3-0 lead and looked like they were going to comfortably win, but East Ascension came back, and as you said, Connerly pitched really well and kept them in the game after a little bit of an early struggle, but he pitched very well.
Yeah, and you know the history of the Cade Cowan teams. They're never going to give up. So
right.
Connerly keeps them in the game. He's giving them a chance to win.
Absolutely. There's a strike to Thompson, and it's 1-2. And he swings and a miss, and he's got back-to-back strikeouts. So 7 pitches, 6 strikes, 2 strikeouts for the second inning here for Monso after giving up 1 in the first.
14, Jace Babin.
Yeah, picked up the pace. So, typically you see when you had a long inning on, sitting in the dugout for the pitcher, a little rusty coming back out, but not the case for Monso. Still pumping strikes. Might even sped up the tempo a little bit.
Absolutely. And that pitch is driven foul out of play down right field. And so Jace Babin is at the plate, the number 9 hitter. Hasn't had a lot of at-bats so far this season. And a shot to right field and a diving catch by the right fielder, Colin Dupree, showing some SEC glove work right there.
Yeah, great jump. Let's take a look at it again here. That's a great piece of hitting by Jace Babin right there. Nice solid line drive, but the jump that Dupree got knew exactly the point he needed to get to. No wasted movement. Point A to point B makes a diving catch for the third out.
No runs, no hits, no errors, and we go to the bottom of the second in a very quick top of the second. It's 4-1. Dutchtown with the lead as we look at the 5-5A baseball records, and Dutchtown, you see them at 24-2 right there, trying to go to 4-0 and catch Santamon Catholic. That's that 1-2-3 right there in 5-5A. Santamon Catholic and Dutchtown is just fierce. And East Ascension, they're trying to get a win here. They got a couple of series against Woodlawn and McKinley, so they should be able to make up some ground there. And then you have Woodlawn and McKinley at the bottom.
Yeah, and I mean, typical of a Cade Cowan team. Like I said, we've seen them beat Dutchtown and Santamon, and even Catholic last year. So you never know what you're going to get from East Ascension on. You see the 0-3 record, but that really doesn't tell the tale. They can come out and battle you with the best of them. But yeah, the top 3 right now, I mean, the ones that are undefeated, quite possibly the 3. I mean, it's going to be probably a coin flip at the end.
Right. And Dutchtown, we're talking about their record. They're number 2 in 5A in the power rankings, just behind Barb. And that's expected, I guess. They haven't lost since March 12th when they lost to Sulphur. And they've gone on a big winning streak. We can talk about that as we go along here. As we have 9-1-2 coming up here as the first pitch to Ruben Williams. And that's a ball. Ruben Williams getting the start out there. They have 4 outfielders. They kind of rotate as you have Williams along with Dupree and Mayu and A.K. Burrell. A.K. Burrell's the odd man out tonight as Ruben Williams takes the ball for ball 2. Williams is also pitching this season, so he sometimes doesn't play in the outfield, but he does tonight and drives that one to center. hard hit ball right up the middle for a base hit.
Yeah, good piece of hitting by Ruben right there. 2-0, easy to kind of come out of your shoes, maybe try to overswing, try to do too much with that 2-0 pitch, but got a pitch down the middle he liked. Didn't try to do too much and hit it right back up the middle where it came from for a single.
And I think we're going to see what we saw last time after the first time through the lineup. They may be bringing Ruggiero into pitch right here. As Ruggiero's come all the way into center field, and that's exactly what we're going to get. And so we're going to get a pitching change and some substitutions in the defensive lineup. And so while Ruggiero takes his warm-up pitches, we'll take a break. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
The athletic training staff of East Ascension High School would like to thank Ascension Equipment, Donaldsonville Glass and Body, Our Lady of the Lake Children's Hospital, Piku Builder Supplies, Ross Downing Chevrolet, Wash and Roll Express Car Wash, Austin Fire Systems, SKR Construction, Walk-Ons, for their support of the EA Sports Medicine Program.
Time doesn't stop, and the world keeps spinning. Community, culture, and communications, the powerful circle that connects us together. We're creating the next evolution, a network built for every possibility, moving faster than ever before, streaming us forward into the future. And the revolution is closer than you think. RTC, ATEL, and Vision are now Rev. New name, same company.
And we're back. It's 4-1 Dutchtown in the bottom of the second, and we're in the middle of a pitching change right here as Ruggiero comes in from center field to pitch. This is the pitching rotation we saw against Catholic on Thursday night after Cassard makes it one time through the lineup. And Ruggiero comes in, substitution, DJ Johnson's going to go to center field as Ruben Williams will stay at first.
Now batting
And
for the Griffins,
Ethan
the left fielder on
Mayhew
line,
is going to come to
Ethan
bat.
Mayhew.
And he is 0 for 1. He flew out to right. Possibly an opportunity to move Williams over right here. Third baseman playing close. And he does lay it down. And he takes it on a bounce. Third baseman throws the first. Beats it out. Mayhew's got speed. And the third baseman did everything right. Babin threw it to first, but Mayhew beats it out.
Yeah, with a speedy runner like that, you see the replay right there, just beats the throw.
Yes, he did.
Babin charged. Not a tough ball to field. I think Babin might have underestimated the speed of Mayo right there.
Perhaps.
Kind of tried to set his feet and throw. Probably could have kept coming through the ball and thrown a little off balance, but
Coach Cowan disagrees with the call, wants a little explanation from the umpire. And so while they do that, we'll set it up for you. No outs here in the top of the second. Ruben Williams reached on a single. He's at second. Mayhew with the bunt. Single is at first. And Colin Dupree, who was hit by a pitch his first time up, is at the plate. So an RBI opportunity for Dupree. So here's the pitch, and he's going to lay it down, but foul back to the screen. 0-1.
that would look more like of a drag maybe for a hit right there. I don't think he didn't square early enough to sell it as a sack.
Earlier we were talking about how the top three teams are 4-0. None of them have played yet, and it's going to be fun for the final 3 weeks of the season as Dutchtown is going to finish with Santa Maria and Catholic. And so it's going to be interesting to see the final run through this 5-5A as we know it and see who's going to come out on top. Last season, Dutchtown had a game advantage until the final series against Catholic, and then they lost and Catholic took the title.
Yeah, I actually think it's going to start this weekend. Santa Maria and Catholic.
Right.
They're going to start Saturday, right?
Right. I believe McKinley's next up for Dutchtown. So this is a big game for Dutchtown. If they can win this one, they should have a shot to advance their district record to 6-0 before the meat of their schedule. 1-2 to Dupree. And it's fouled away. And we talked about Dutchtown being number 2 in the power rankings. Santa Maria 7. So it's not like Santa Maria is not a bad team. They are on a hot streak themselves, and that's going to be a fun series.
You look at their schedule. I mean, they only have 3 losses on the season as well. So I'm thinking, one loss doesn't separate 5 spots. So there may be a couple wins against some higher ranked opponents that the Griffins have.
Right.
They kind of catapult them into that 2 spot.
Right. They've beaten Central. They've beaten Sam Houston. They've won some big games, and they're one of their 2 losses comes to Sulphur, who is number 3.
Right, and then St. Paul's, I don't know what they are.
Right.
On that side, but they're always good. I know they beat Catholic High already. They beat Dutchtown, so historically St. Paul's is very strong.
And pitch outside, and now all of a sudden we go to a full count. And so possibly an opportunity to load the bases here with no outs here in the top of the second. Dutchtown trying to extend their 4-1 lead. Fouled away. Seen him foul away a couple of pitches here. After he tried to lay down the bunt on the first pitch. He fouled that one away, but then he's fouled a couple away since then as well. Count remains full.
Yeah, he tried to lay down a couple bunts, fouled them both off, and now he's in a battle.
So the count full. Reuben Williams on second. Mayu at first. And a bouncer high to first base. Slips and gets him. First base unassisted. That was very close. Dupree with the dive. Could not get to the bag in time. Good job by Murden. Hanging on for dear life right there. Let's go to replay. Just beats it out.
Yeah, great job by Murden right there. I mean, that's a hop that you have to attack, because if you sit back and let it play you're going to kind of catch that in between hop, and it's going to be tough for you to, even glove that ball to begin with, and then try to get to first base to get the out. So he attacked that ball. He knew what hop he wanted to get. He went and got it. Slipped a little bit on the turf, but got back in time enough to get the first out.
So 1 out. Second and third. Vadney at the plate. Bounces to home, and that's a ball.
Nice block right there by Sanchez.
I was about to say the same thing.
Good block. Got a runner on third base. That gives you a pitcher so much more confidence that he can, try to throw a waste pitch every now and then, spin one in the dirt. You know your catcher's going to knock it down for you.
1-0. And there's another high chopper to third. Throw to first. It's going to be called a foul. Yes. So foul ball, a 1-1. So Williams will go back to third. Mayo will go back to second, and it's 1-1. First base is open, but Ruggiero is going to take his chances here with Vadney, because look who's on deck. The lone. Mr. 3-run homer. Ideally, they'd like to get an out right here and then put DeLone on first, I would think.
I don't know. You got to pick your poison here.
Exactly.
2 really good hitters.
And that's driven to right center. Caught by the right fielder, and Williams tags and scores. And Mayu advances to third, so sacrifice fly, RBI.
Vadney does his job. It's like we said in the first inning, you get a runner at third base with less than 2 outs, you have to find a way to get him in. We saw the Spartans do it in the first inning. We saw Vadnais do his job right there.
You're right. And it's 5-1 Griffins with 2 outs. And DeLone at the plate. Not quite as scary with 2 outs. So Mayu at third. Ruggiero on the mound. And ball outside to DeLone. As we mentioned, DeLone with the 3-run shot. You don't see a lot of home runs here at this field. So huge out here. But DeLone got a hold of that one. (1-0). And there's a strike called.
It's a good pitch. Actually, a great sequence right there. I mean, if you're Ruggiero, I like to tell a lot of people, look, if you throw a first pitch breaking ball in the dirt, then the last pitch that hitter's looking for is another breaking ball, right? Because he's already eliminated from your arsenal thinking you can't throw a first strike. So if you can flip one in there right after that, it's pretty much a free strike.
And he got it, and it's a 1-1 pitch, and that one is hit off the end of the bat, and the throw to first from the pitcher to first, so it's a 3-1 out for DeLone, but Dutchtown scores a run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left. So we go to the top of the third. Dutchtown 5, EA 1. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
The athletic training staff of Dutchtown High School would like to thank SEC Heating and Cooling, Hollis Orthodontics, Tata Law Firm, Raising Cane's in Prairieville, Ross Downing GMC, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic Foundation for their support of our sports medicine program.
Time doesn't stop, and the world keeps spinning. Community, culture, and communications, the powerful circle that connects us together. We're creating the next evolution, a network built for every possibility, moving faster than ever before, streaming us forward into the future. And the revolution is closer than you think. RTC, ETEL, and Vision are now Rev. New name, same company.
Top of the third, Jeff Porsche, Mike Moeller with you for the Rev Game of the Week. East Ascension against Dutchtown. This is our first game of the week this week. Don't forget Thursday we're going to be out at Sanamaw for a big 5A Division I matchup between John Curtis and Sanamaw. But let's go back to the action here as Ruggiero, Gotro, and Sanchez come up 1-2-3, and Monso delivers a strike. And ball low. Ruggiero's 1 for 1. He had a stand-up double in the top of the first and scored the only run so far for EA.
Solid job by Ruggiero coming in from on the mound with guys on first and second, nobody out, just allowing 1 run.
Absolutely.
Could have snowballed there and got ugly.
Ball high. Monso trying to force the pace here. Going fast, 2-1.
His defenders must love when he pitches.
Absolutely.
His tempo is fierce.
And there's a drive to right field, base hit just through the glove of DeLone. And Ruggiero is 1 for 1. Or, excuse me, 2 for 2. 2 for 2. Double and a single.
Yeah, spraying it all over the park. That sat back, stayed inside of a pitch in that first inning, got a base hit to left, and turned on that one.
That guy should be playing college baseball somewhere next year, don't you think?
He's going
to Southeast, isn't he?
Going to be a Lion.
Absolutely. Gotro to the plate, grounded out, or excuse me, flew out, foul to second. And first pitch outside. Gotro flew out, foul to second base. Morrison caught it, but Ruggiero was able to tag up and go to third, you may recall, in the first inning. And now Ruggiero's at first. He's a threat to go. And that's driven to right field. And it's caught. Dupree makes the catch in the right field. 1 out. So very quickly, Ruggiero reaches on a single, and Gautreaux flies to right, and now that brings up number 3, Kane Sanchez. And this is the guy that you want at the plate, their leading hitter.
Yeah, everything about, you say you got a quick base runner, quick out, everything about Monso's tempo of the game is going to be quick.
Yep.
Got to love that. I mean, as a defender, you're on your toes. You never, it's not ball 1, ball 2, foul ball, ball 3, strike 1, strike 2, or whatever. You kind of get on your heels, start to get a little lazy. When he's on the mound, the tempo is going to be quick.
And he's ahead 0-1. Now it's 0-2. He got 2 strikeouts in the second. That was one of the fastest top of the second innings you'll ever see. Went strikeout, fly out to right. And it just flew by in just a couple of minutes. 0-2 now. Sanchez. And a grounder to third, and the base runner was going, but he can only get to second. Has a couple of hits there. That's Sanchez's second hit as well. So Sanchez and Ruggiero have figured out Monso.
Yeah, kind of sat back. I mean, those guys know he's going to be in the strike zone, right?
Now running at first base, number 6.
He's going to have a pinch runner at
Ethan Froese.
First base there for Sanchez, the catcher.
Yes. So that's number 6 for East
Now
Ascension.
batting right fielder number 23.
That's Froese.
Powell.
And now Dax Powell comes to the plate. He got the RBI, sacrifice fly to left. He's a .303 hitter. And first pitch is a ball, a little bit low. So Ruggiero at second, Sanchez at first. 1 out in the top of the third. Dutchtown leads 5-1. East Ascension did score first, but Dutchtown came back with a 3-run homer and then a couple more runs. And now 2-0. You don't see him get behind a lot of hitters.
No, you don't, but I kind of like that pitch selection right there, trying to go in off the plate. We hadn't seen too many hard ones inside to keep them off balance. We're going through the lineup the second time.
Driven to center. Williams makes the catch. That was a well-hit ball, but Williams is able to get there. Williams is a good center fielder. He's got good speed.
That ball was hit hard.
Yes.
I just said Powell barreled that ball right there, and Williams made it look easy. I mean, it looks a lot easier and more effortless when outfielders actually take the correct route to the ball.
Yeah.
But that ball was hit hard, and Ruben just made it look easy.
And
I
that
just want
ball
to
was
point out the things that I kind of watch right there. You saw Monso backing up third base. I don't know why I pay attention to the pitchers, but he was in the right spot. That's exactly where he was supposed to be.
Exactly. Swing and a miss, trying to make sure that if there's a problem with that throw to third, if Ruggiero decides to go somewhere. 0-1 pitch, first pitch, strike 0-1 to count. Chansamir at the plate, he's singled. 0-2. The hitters were able to get to Monso in the first, but since then he's done well, but he's given up a couple of hits right here in the third. Now ahead 0-2 to Mir. And there's a strike on that outside corner. Caught him looking. And that will end the inning. No runs scored, no runs on 2 hits. No errors, 2 left. And so we go to the bottom of the third. And it's 5-1 Dutchtown over East Ascension. And so as we go to the middle of the third, we talked about this a little bit earlier. But let's talk about the power rankings as we discussed a little bit earlier, Barb, they lost this weekend. So they have their first loss of the season. Dutchtown at number 2 with 2 losses. West Monroe is at 3. They moved ahead of Sulphur last week. Then you have Houghton, Sam Houston, Santa Maud at number 7, Central, who Dutchtown beat earlier this season, is at number 8. And so, that's Dutchtown. The reason that they're at number 2 and maybe a little bit higher than Santa Maud is they've played a lot of those teams. They played Sulphur, they played Sam Houston, they played Central, and they're 2-1 against those teams. So that's the reason why they're ranked 5 spots higher. But Santa Maud's got a great team, and they've also made a big run after a slow start this season.
Yeah, and actually the thing that shocked me, the Barb loss was to Sam Houston, and if I'm not mistaken, that score was something like 17-1 after 1 inning. I don't know what happened in that game. I'd kind of like to go back and maybe see some statistics on it, but that district over there between Sulphur, Sam Houston, Barb, I mean that's as good as it gets over there. So you can go over there and grab a couple wins if you're in that area. That's always going to kind of hop you up in the power rankings.
And the teams in the Lafayette side aren't bad either. We've seen Acadiana, and they've got a decent team. So it's a tough district. And you talk about tough districts. Wait till next year. We were talking about that earlier.
Yeah.
When you're going to have Dutchtown, Santa Maud, East Ascension with Live Oak, Walker, and Denham Springs. That's going to be crazy. Now we have 5, 6, 7, Monceau, Pyron, Morrison to face Ruggiero in his second inning of work. Fouled away. Monceau reached on an error by the second baseman, wound up scoring the 4th run of the first inning off of an RBI by Morrison. 0-1. And count 1-1 now. So you see Cassard starting out the game, then you see Ruggiero. What type of difference do you see out there?
I mean, obviously there's some velo difference and some arm angle differences as well. You're going to see Ruggiero a little more over the top, Cassard a little more 3/4. Ball's going to be moving just a little bit different. You see that? Ruggiero can straighten it out pretty good. I mean, he's got a little giddy up on his fastball.
And so counts now 2-1 to Monceau, the pitcher, hitting for himself, headed to Loyola next year. And he's ahead at 3-1. Lots of players on this Dutchtown team going to be playing college ball next year. We talked about Dupree going to South Carolina. Monceau is going to be going to Loyola. And you got some other players we're going to talk about coming up. Saw Vadnais earlier. He's going to Eunice. Trying to take that Jack Merrifield third base route.
Yeah, it worked out pretty good for Merrifield, didn't it?
Absolutely. And Monceau takes ball 4. And courtesy runner coming in.
Now running at first base, number 17, Jackson Braddock.
Braddock
Yep.
again.
And now batting for
Saw him steal a bag on the
number 2.
Pretty sure it was the first pitch.
Pyron.
You saw when he got to first base. See if he's going to be that aggressive this time around.
So Pyron grounded out to the pitcher. Swing and a miss, was way ahead of that one. He went off speed there.
Yeah, he definitely pulled the string on something there. You see Pyron way out in front of there trying to ambush a first pitch fastball. Didn't get it.
Yep. Braddock at first has a decent lead. Not going. And another breaking ball, strike 2. So ahead of Pyron, 0-2 on 2 breaking balls. Monceau reached on the walk. Braddock is at first, running for him. Morrison on deck. And there's a breaking ball, and Graddick had that one all the way, especially on that breaking ball inside. No chance for the catcher.
Yeah, and you see Pyron just stay in there. Maybe trying to wear it in the head. I don't know. Probably not. But giving his base runner a better chance to get the second, trying to obstruct the view legally because he's in his box, right? He doesn't have to move. Now, if he falls over the plate, then there's an interference call. But good job by Pyron right there.
So runner in scoring position. That's Graddick running for Monson.
Graddick picked up his 6th stolen base, second today.
It's a good courtesy runner to have. 1-2 count. And that time, swing and a miss. So he got Pyron, who is now 0 for 2 on the day. And Graddick stays at second, and now Morrison comes to the plate. He has an RBI single today, 1 for 1. And as I said, in the game Saturday, he was 2 for 3 with an RBI. So he had a big game Saturday, and he's got off to a good start here tonight.
Yeah, aggressive in his first at bat too. Hit the first pitch right back up the middle for a single. Raised that average probably up to about 340.
Takes the ball low that time. He is about the only player out there that they had to replace, or who is replacing somebody, as at least as far as the batting order goes. You had Pyron, who was the DH last season, who moved into short. And so he's the only new bat in the lineup, and he's having a good season.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, you lose your 2 middle infielders defensively, Kibbe and Cooper. But like you said, Pyron was the DH, so he was already in the lineup offensively, so he just slides into shortstop, and then you got Morrison taking over for Cooper at second.
And it's 1-1. Graddick at second has a good lead. Taking some steps, trying to distract the pitcher. Not going. Breaking ball outside. 2-1. So Graddick is trying to get in the pitcher's head a little bit there.
Yeah, but good job by Ruggiero right there. I mean, he's mixing up his looks. He's not, he's not just one looking and going to the plate trying to, set a pattern. That's easier to steal third whenever you get in that pattern like that.
Second baseman looking to come in and turns around.
And then as a pitcher, that's pretty much all you have to do. I mean, your risk reward trying to pick somebody and actually making a throw to second base. I mean, if you throw 10 balls to second base trying to pick off, you probably have more of a chance to throw one into center field than you do to pick one off.
Yeah.
So if you kind of just give them a little inside move right there, and you don't have to throw the ball, it's not a balk, just to let them know you're thinking about them.
Right. And Graddick can see the second baseman creeping in, so he's aware of his surroundings as well. Dutchtown had 4 in the first, got 1 in the second. Runner in scoring position here in the third.
And if you're Morrison, you're looking at that right side wide open right here. Try to stay inside the ball and hit something.
Low, and it gets away, and Graddick will take third on the wild pitch. So now the 6th run is 90 feet away. So fly ball could score a run here. Lots of opportunities for Morrison to pick up another RBI. And there's a ball. So he takes the walk. Close pitch, but no call from the ump. And so it's first and third with 1 out. Morrison at first, Monson, actually Graddick at third, and now Ickes at the plate.
Yeah, it's good discipline right there by Morrison. I mean, that's a close pitch right there.
Just missed on that fastball.
Just missed on that fastball, but, when if Ruggiero would be like pounding the strike zone, up 0-2, 1-2, and being ahead of all these Griffin hitters, you may see him get that call right there.
And Ickes, it gets away, and the run is going to score. And Graddick scores on the wild pitch. So he gets the third on the wild pitch. Well, he got the second on the stolen base, third on the wild pitch, home on the wild pitch, and that makes it 6-1 Griffins. And Morrison moves to second on the wild pitch, so he's in scoring position. Ickey's up with one out. He grounded out to short, as they'll have a little discussion at the mound.
Tough ticket right there for Sanchez behind the plate. The ball is, you see Ruggiero kind of jerked that ball glove hand side a little bit too far in the other's batter's box, and I mean that's just a tough play for a catcher to try to corral that ball.
And Ickey's hitting .240 on the season. He's got 14 RBIs. Did hit a home run last season, doesn't have any this year. Got away again. And Ruggiero with 3 wild pitches. Sanchez just can't get to him. And now another run in scoring position. Seventh run here would be big for Dutchtown. Already comfortably ahead right at this point. Ball inside, 2-0. East Ascension got a run in the top of the first, but after that it's been all Dutchtown. .30 pitch, right down the middle. Strike one. Reuben Williams on deck. He had a base hit his first time up. So Ickey's is a centenary signee, so he's going to be playing college ball next year too. And there's a high bouncer to third, and it gets away. And he'll reach. That was a tough hop for the third baseman Babin to get to right there.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of one of those in-between ones, and you got to make up your mind like immediately off the bat which hop you're going to go get and attack it. You know, it's kind of a do or die play. If you glove it, you can throw him out. If you don't, he's going to be safe. So
I see that the play has been ruled a hit, and so they've gone all the way through the lineup again. And I see Tanner Stanga coming in. Let's see where he's going to go. There's going to be a lot of shifts as Ruggiero will be done on the mound, and he's going to move to right. And so we're going to figure out the rest of it in just a moment, but we're going to have a pitching change, and we will take a break at 7-1 Dutchtown. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
The athletic training staff of East Ascension High School would like to thank Ascension Equipment, Donaldsonville Glass and Body, Our Lady of the Lake Children's Hospital, Piku Builder Supplies, Ross Downing Chevrolet, Wash and Roll Express Car Wash, Austin Fire Systems, SKR Construction, Walk-Ons, for their support of the EA Sports Medicine Program.
Time doesn't stop, and the world keeps spinning. Community, culture, and communications, the powerful circle that connects us together. We're creating the next evolution, a network built for every possibility, moving faster than ever before, streaming us forward into the future. And the revolution is closer than you think. RTC, ETEL, and Vision are now Rev. New name, same company.
So pitching change coming in, Peyton Melanson for East Ascension as we're still in the bottom of the third, one out, and Reuben Williams will be coming to the plate. 2 runs have scored. It's 7-1, and we got some other defensive substitutions as well.
Yeah, so Powell's going to move to left field. We got Ruggiero in right field. I think DJ Johnson's going to stay in center out there. But Peyton Melanson on the season comes in with 3 ERA. So 9 innings, strikeouts to walks are good at 9-4. So looking for some good things. Coach Cowan's looking for some good things out of Melanson.
So we've seen a lot of consistency. This is how Coach Cowan does it with the number 2 starter. You bring him through one rotation, bring in another guy, and get him through one rotation, and then the third batter comes up, and it's 1 ball and no strikes to Reuben Williams, who is also a Eunice signee. So he and Vadnais will be playing together next year.
We have a base runner for Ickes, too,
Yes.
right?
I believe so. As he's going to steal, and the throw to second is not in time. So the base runner is number 12 for the Griffins. That is Carter Decato.
Now running at second base, number 12, Carter Decato.
Good throw right there by Sanchez.
That was a very close play.
Right on the base. Decato probably stole that one on the pitcher, Melanson.
Decato takes a big lead, kind of what we saw earlier with Graddick. And shows bunt, pulls away. 2-1 is the count to Williams, who is 1 for 1. Had a hard hit, base hit right up the middle, just past the pitcher in the second inning. And shows bunt again. Still outside, 3-1. So now what do you do? 3-1. You should get a good pitch to hit right here. Got a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, base open though. I mean, I don't know if you kind of pitching like that right now in this point of the game. But you want to put a stop to these runs that the Griffins are scoring if you're the Spartans.
Fouls it away. He was taking his hack right there.
Melanson came right after him.
Yep.
3-1, my best against your best.
And Reuben, you could see he would like to get that one back, I think.
Yeah. Perfect time to throw a changeup if you're a pitcher. Whenever that hitter fouls your fastball straight back with some velocity. You just missed it.
And it's fouled away again, so the count will remain 3-2. So Monso led off with a walk. Then Graddick came in, advanced on a stolen base and a wild pitch. Pyrone struck out. Scored on a wild pitch. Morrison walked, got the second on a wild pitch. Ickes drives in Morrison. And courtesy runner steals second as ball 4 to Williams.
Another close pitch.
Yep. So Decato at second, running for Ickes, and Williams at first, and Mayu at the plate, leadoff hitter. He reached on a bunt single his last at bat. Wonder if he's going to square one down right here. Always a threat. Takes it for a strike, though. Pulls away and takes strike 1. Third baseman's always looking for that right there. He beat out a throw from the third baseman in that second inning.
Yeah, you see Bryce Merton, the first baseman, charging really hard there. He was almost even with the pitcher on that one.
Bouncer, foul. Down to third baseline into left. So 0-2 ahead of Mayu with Dupree on deck. And Melanson needs to get an out right here. Because you got 2, 3, and 4 coming up right behind Mayu. Decato with a big lead.
Yeah, good job by Melanson right there. That's too big. You can't give him a freebie.
Yep.
You know, you don't have to throw, but just step off, maybe an inside move, give him a little check.
That was bigger than Graddick ever had.
And he was walking with it.
And it's driven to right, and it falls for a base hit. And the runners will advance one base, and nobody will score because you had to hold up and wait to see if that ball was going to be caught. And Mayu is 2 for 3, having a nice game.
Off the bat, or I don't know if it was just in our headphones, that ball sounded like it was going to be a rocket off the wall, but he just got it off the end.
Right.
Just out over the outstretched glove of Mir there at second base.
And he's having one of those days where it's just enough.
Yep.
He had the bunt base hit by a step. Had that one by an inch.
Yep. Hit it where they ain't.
Yep. Colin Dupree. Hit by pitch. Grounded to first unassisted. Ball inside. Bases loaded. Dutchtown has an opportunity right here with one out and the bases loaded to blow this game wide open.
Yeah, and if you're Melanson here, tough to not get frustrated. I mean, you made a good pitch.
Yep.
That's a great pitch right there, inner third. So you made a good pitch to Mayo. Just did a good job of, putting that ball in play. Like I said, hit it where they ain't.
You're right.
Sometimes you just got to tip your cap.
Sometimes those are the breaks. 1-1 pitch, bases loaded, Dupree. And
sounded like he hit that one off the cap of the bat.
Yeah. It's going to be 1-2. So Dupree, one of the few Griffins who doesn't have a base hit. And that's driven foul down the right field line.
Yeah, I had Dupree. Little out front of that all-speed pitch there.
So 1-2 the count. Dupree hitting .320. I think he was trying to. He could have leaned a little bit. Could have gotten the base right there, but that was close.
I don't know if he was trying to lean a little, but he sure wasn't trying to get out of the way.
Exactly.
That's it. That's an easy RBI pickup right there.
Yep.
You can wear a breaking ball. If you're going to get hit, you want it to be by a breaking ball.
2-2, and that's driven foul. He's just wearing out that pitch, but he's just ahead of it.
Yeah, that's that breaking ball. And if you're Melanson, that's exactly what you want him to do with that ball. You want to get him out front. And typically, I mean, you look at analytics, numbers are right here. If Melanson can throw a fastball on the inside part of the play right here for a strike, historically, the hitter's supposed to take it for strike 3.
Oh, it's a little high.
A little high. He had the right idea.
Yeah.
But I don't know what it is. It's just one of those those little niches. If you get a hitter out front of a breaking ball and he pulls it foul, if you can throw a dart on the inside corner of the pitch after that, they typically take it.
3-2. Oh, there's a shot to center. Falls for a base hit. 1 run scores, and Williams right behind him. And 2 runs score, and it's 9-1. 9-1.
Yeah, good at bat right there by Dupree. I mean, fouled off some good pitches, stayed in there, never gave up his ground, stayed inside that ball, knew he got out in front of a couple breaking balls, kind of told himself, look, stay back, let the ball travel. Kept his hands inside, hit it right back up the middle. But I just want to point out it was a great base running job by Ruben at second base. I mean, you see Mayu
that was Decato who scored in front of him.
Decato at third, he's supposed to freeze on that, right, or try to tag up. With less than 2 outs, he did his job, and then Ruben, right away, instinctively knew that was going to be a base hit and took off running.
And so Decato and Williams score. Mayu advances to second. Dupree's at first with the 2 RBI single. And Vadnais at the plate. It's 9-1 Griffins. Change of speed. High and outside. So Vadnais, he walked in, had a sacrifice to right. Doesn't have an official at bat, but he does have an RBI and a run scored. First and second, 1 out. 4-run inning so far for the Griffins. There's a strike on the inside corner. Evens the count 1-1. So Melanson's fighting out there, but he's given up singles to the hitters he's faced. And that's driven to right, and it's foul ball. 1-2. They're trying to push that one to right field.
Yeah, and if you're Melanson right here, this is the pitch you want to get him out on. You know, once you're ahead, this is when you have options, right? You want to get him out on this pitch right there. You want to try to stay away from, you know, throwing something off the plate ball and get him back even in count, or even let the hitter get ahead of the count. When you work, you know, hard enough to get ahead in count, this is when you need to put him away.
Just misses outside. Close pitch. 2-2. You need to get this second out right here, especially considering that DeLone is on deck. And, you know, he's got a hot bat right now. Two, low, and a throw to third. Gets away into the outfield, and a run's going to score. And Dupree's going to go to third. And he's going to try to take the plate, and a throw is not in time. And so it's 11-1. And Sanchez did a good job blocking it, got it, grabbed it, but the throw was off at third base.
Just a little off and tough for Powell, who was shaded over a little bit to even try to back that up, you know?
Yeah. That's just a tough one right there. As 2 runs score on the throw to third that gets away into left field. So Mayu scores, Dupree scores, and that is now a 6-run inning, and it's 11-1. And there's a grounder to second, and a throw to first as near to Murden, 4-3 for the second out. So good recovery there to get the out after a tough break right there. That's got to be frustrating for a pitcher, though, when you give up those runs, but then you come right back with the easy ground out.
Yeah, so knowing you could have held him, without giving up a run there. But I mean, that's a good pitch right there. If you tell yourself work down in the zone, try to get some ground balls. Anything can happen, especially when you have runners on. If you know, I'm not trying to pitch away from the bat. I'm trying to pitch away from the barrel, right? Try to get them to hit it off the end of the bat or their hands, and then that'll force your infield to make a play. If they put the ball in play, at least you have a chance. But whenever you're walking guys and behind guys, they're going to start barreling stuff, and that's when you get yourself into a lot of trouble.
Yeah. Out away, DeLone. 1-1. He homered to left, 3-run shot, and then grounded out first baseman to the pitcher covering the bag. He's the number 9 hitter this inning.
That's a good pitch.
Yes.
That's a good pitch, and that's a good take by DeLone right there. I mean, that ball, that's a pitcher's pitch right there. It's a great breaking ball on the outside black. You swing at that, there's nothing you can do with it, right?
Right.
That's a pitcher. That's a pitch the pitcher wants you to be swinging at.
1-2, 2 outs, grounded toward the hole. Shortstop grabs it, throws to first, and it's low. Bounces to the fence, and DeLone is safe at first.
Yeah, good throw gets DeLone right there. Probably an error there by Gautreaux.
Yeah,
knew he had some time. Made a good play, rounded the ball, got his momentum going to first base. Got
for the Griffins, the pitcher,
didn't get enough quite on the ball right there, and you see Murden try to get out there and catch that short hop, that easy hop.
The official scorekeeper here rules it an error. That's the second error today for East Ascension. 1 for Dutchtown. And the pitch to Monso is a ball, 1-0. So Dutchtown's batted around. Monso got a walk his first time up in the third. 1-0. Misses. Close pitch. 2-0. So Dutchtown gets 4 in the first, 1 in the second, 6 in the third. After East Ascension scored in the top of the first, it's 11-1. 2-0. Bouncer, foul. And Merton grabs it. So 2-1. And that grazed his leg, so he's going to get first base. So let's look at it on the replay. And it did. So first and second. Courtesy runner coming.
All right, looks like we're going to get maybe Powell back to right field.
Yes, lots of substitutions.
We're going to have Stanga go back out to left. Ruggiero moves to center.
And so we'll figure out the rest of this, and we'll take a break with this pitching change. 11-1, Dutchtown. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
The athletic training staff of Dutchtown High School would like to thank SEC Heating and Cooling, Hollis Orthodontics, Tata Law Firm, Raising Cane's in Prairieville, Ross Downing GMC, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic Foundation for their support of our sports medicine program.
Time doesn't stop, and the world keeps spinning. Community, culture, and communications, the powerful circle that connects us together. We're creating the next evolution, a network built for every possibility, moving faster than ever before, streaming us forward into the future. And the revolution is closer than you think. RTC, ETEL, and Vision are now Rev. New name, same company.
So we're back, and we have another pitching change for East Ascension. It's 11-1 Dutchtown, bottom of the third. And the pitcher is Reed Gomez for East Ascension.
We'll have Gomez will be pitching. Ruggiero will move back to center field. Stangl will move back to left field.
I believe that's 21.
And it's Dax Powell will move back to right field.
Yes.
Now
So it's like a complete line
The
change,
shortstop, number 2.
right?
Pearson Powell.
And then we're going to have Braddock back at pinch running for Monto at first.
Sure we didn't miss anything. That's a lot of activity. So first and second, 2 out. Driven foul off the net. So Pyron 0 for 2, grounded to first and struck out. So he's also trying to get his first hit. He's the one Griffin who has not reached base yet. To the Gomez, and it's bounces to the plate, and very
fleet of foot there.
Fluid, I guess you could say. DeLone gets to third, Gradick gets the second. But kind of looked like in football when a defensive lineman picks up a fumble or something like that. Took his time. One swing this. So first base now open as DeLone and Gradick are at second and third. One, two. Sky high on the infield. Third baseman calling for it, makes the catch. So Babin ends the inning. So Pyron flies to third, and that'll end the inning. 6 runs scored. And so we go to the top of the fourth, and it's 11-1 Dutchtown. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
Ladies and gentlemen, if I could turn your attention to the light pole by the Dutchtown Ducks.
The athletic training staff of East Ascension High School would like to thank Ascension Equipment, Donaldsonville Glass and Body, Our Lady of the Lake Children's Hospital, Piku Builder Supplies, Ross Downing Chevrolet, Wash and Roll Express Car Wash, Austin Fire Systems, SKR Construction, Walk-Ons, for their support of the EA Sports Medicine Program.
Time doesn't stop, and the world keeps spinning. Community, culture, and communications, the powerful circle that connects us together. We're creating the next evolution, a network built for every possibility, moving faster than ever before, streaming us forward into the future. And the revolution is closer than you think. RTC, ETEL, and Vision are now Rev. New name, same company.
Top of the fourth. Dutchtown leads East Ascension 11-1.
Now batting
and
for East Ascension,
Monso coming in for his
2,
fourth
Bryce
inning of work.
Murden.
And you're going to see 6, 7, 8, Murden, Stenga, and Thompson at the plate. There's a strike called. Dutchtown leads by 10, 11-1. 10-run rule not in effect this inning. Have to get to the fifth. And there's a strike called. And here we go with Mr. Speed here, working right as quickly as he can. Monso. Bouncer taken by Vadney. Great stab and makes the throw. 5-3. Let's look at this on the replay.
Wow. That took a Super Bowl hop. Great hands right there by Vadney.
Absolutely.
Cuts it off.
Now
Directly to the
left field, number 32.
To the height of the ball.
Stenga.
Probably got bounced a little bit higher than you thought, but great hands there.
Wonderful reflex.
Makes a good throw to first base.
And Stenga at the plate, struck out. He is ahead 1-0. 2-0. So quick out. Murden grounds to Vadney after an unusual hop. Now Stenga ahead 2-0. And there's a strike. And there's strike 2, 2-2. And you get we talk about Dutchtown's pitching combo, and as we see here, the 2-2 quickly. Swing and a miss for a strikeout, another strikeout. So that's number 3. And just to talk about the combo, it seems like we talked about this earlier. Every time we get a Dutchtown game, it's Monso. They got another guy, Nick Gisclair, who is just as good as Monso and has a better ERA and has great stuff too as the first pitch. to Thompson, misses for a ball. When you got a guy that's 1 and 1A as your aces, that's a hard combo to beat.
Yeah, I mean, you got Jace Bennett, who's 5-0. You have Monso, who's 5-0. You have Just Claire, who's 6-0. Scott Racile's 4-0. I mean, these guys, they just don't stop. There's pitchers everywhere on this team.
Right. But those other two guys, it's hard to tell who's the ace and who's not. Because Monso is, you can see what he's doing out here. And Just Claire does the same thing night after night. As they were ready to walk off there with a strike 3, but the umpire says, hold on a second, I want to see another pitch.
Pretty good pitch right there. It looks like a good pitch on the black on the inside part of the plate there.
Swing and a miss, and he got it. And that was a 1-2-3 inning in rapid order.
Top of the fourth.
So no runs, no hits, no errors.
Played 3.5. Your score.
And we go to the bottom of the fourth, and it's 11-1 Dutchtown with the lead. And as we look at EA's schedule, you see they made a nice little comeback in that game against Dutchtown, as they had a tough series against Catholic, and then they gave Dutchtown all they wanted. They had the tying run on base in the bottom of the seventh, but they just couldn't pull it off as Bennett got the save. And you see, as coming up, they got the 2 games against Woodlawn, and then they got the 2 games against McKinley. So they should be able to right the ship after this. And then Sandoval, which is always fun.
Yeah, you always have. I mean, that's the marquee matchup in the parish, right?
Yep.
The EA Sandoval game. So, anything can happen on that night, or either one of those nights actually. But I just wanted to mention we do have the Sandoval girls Thursday. We're going to do that game right against John Curtis. Mm-hmm. John Curtis coming in. They're the number 1 rank, I think they're number 1
in D1. Yes.
In D1, and then Sandoval's number 2 on their side. So that game is going to be super exciting.
Right. I can't wait to be out there.
Everybody might want to kind of check that one out.
And hoping for some good weather, because we're usually outdoors out there at Sandoval. And so that was a lot of fun a couple weeks ago when we did the Dutchtown Sandoval game.
Bottom of the 4th inning for
we head to the 4th inning, bottom of the 4th. And so we have a pinch hitter coming in, number 14, Burat, who will hit for Morrison.
Good job by Gomez coming in for the Spartans in that last inning, stranding those runners, getting that last spot fly out of Pyron.
Strike called. So we get to the bottom of the 4th, and whether Dutchtown scores or not, the 10-run rule will be in effect if Dutchtown can hold a 10-run lead after the next inning.
It looks like, I don't know if you know the pitcher signals, whenever they're throwing to catchers, like in between innings, they kind of give a glove sign with their hand. It looked like Gomez kind of gave a fastball sign to Sanchez there. I'm sure he didn't want Burat to see that, or I don't know. Maybe my eyes are deceiving me, but that's what it looked like.
Oh, another hit by pitcher. That's the 3rd one today. So Burat reaches first.
Yeah, that's a tough one too, right there. You get him 0-2.
Now batting for the Griffins.
That's one you want to keep more to the center of the plate. If you're pitching there, if you want to try to dive it out of the zone on them, you want to be careful diving it on that back foot.
And Ickes will bat, the catcher. So he's got a single and a ground out. And pitch high. Yeah, that's tough for Gomez. You get a couple good pitches, you get ahead 0-2, and then you miss there, and then the first pitch to Ickes, you miss high.
Yeah.
So
got to regroup right here. Take a deep breath. Get yourself back in the zone.
You're at first. Ickes takes ball 2. So Ickes, the tight end on the football team, the catcher on the baseball team, and going to play for Centenary on the baseball side next season. Swing and a miss. A lot of two-sport players, football and baseball for Dutchtown. Pyron's a quarterback, DeLone's left tackle, Vadnais was safety linebacker. Nearly hit him again.
He's trying to work that inside part of the plate right there, which that's actually a good pitch selection, 2-1 right there. Try to tie him up in case Ickes gets big. Just got to make sure you execute it.
3-1. Fouled away.
Yeah, see that pitch right there. The pitch prior inside kind of kept Ickes off that fastball away right there.
So fights back and gets a full count with Burat at first. Nobody out. 11-1 Dutchtown. Struck him out. Good 3-2 pitch.
Good comeback right there by Gomez. See him go down 3-1. No panic. Make some pitches.
Now batting for
Another
the
result,
Griffins,
right?
number 5, Cooper Daly.
So Cooper Daly's going to come in to hit for Reuben Williams. Runner on first, 1 out. Fouled away. Back to the screen. 0-1. So East Ascension scored in the top of the first, 1 run. Dutchtown answered with 4 in the first, 1 in the second, 6 in the third. And strike called, 0-2. Gomez with a good comeback here. Hit the leadoff hitter.
Yeah, but was ahead 0-2.
Exactly, throwing strikes. Not there. Good stop by Sanchez. And the count 1-2. Looking at the top of the fifth, it's going to be 9-1-2 for East Ascension, as they're going to need to get a run for the game to continue. Fouled away again.
Whoa. I thought that was a ground ball to second. Came right back by us. It's getting dark.
Yep.
Ted's got my little leg lamp here from Christmas Story in front of me lit up.
Does bear a resemblance, doesn't it? 1-2. And the breaking ball misses to Daly. So count 2-2. Burat at first. And that's fouled away. So he's making contact. Stays alive right there. And pitch outside, gets away. Burat's going to go to second. So another tough one to field for Sanchez. Blocked it, but got away. So now it's 3-2 and 1 out. Mayu is due to hit on deck. Oh, that one hit the bar.
Yeah, you see the umpire get that ball back right away.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Gomez. I'm trying to do everything I can to keep that ball. It's going to have a big dent. You know, you can make it move.
So count is full. And he fouls that one away again. Looks like in the on-deck circle to hit for Mayu, we're going to have Carter Hanberry. So it looks like he's going to hit next. So Burat was hit. Icky struck out. Burat has reached second on a wild pitch. Now Daly will try to drive the run in on a 3-2 pitch. Ball 4.
Good at bat. Good at bat. Fouled off some good pitches right there.
Yep.
That pitch wasn't that far off the plate either. That's a good take for.
Now batting for the Griffins.
That's some
number 22,
good discipline there by a batter who hasn't had a lot of at bats on the season, but that was a nice one right there.
Yep.
And Hanberry now reaches the plate.
Hanberry coming in with 12 at bats. He's hitting 33. So he's making the most of his his limited at bats.
And he's a sophomore, and that's very rare on a Coach Shake team because you got so many upperclassmen. If you make varsity as a sophomore, you're doing something right. So
big kid.
You expect big things from him. He's a linebacker on the football team.
Yeah, he's a big kid.
And there's a strike, 0-2.
All right, Gomez getting ahead of the Griffin hitters pretty regular here, just having a little bit of a tough time putting them away. Got that breaking ball diving just a little bit too early.
So 0-2 count. And it's low, and the throw to third. He's safe. It was close. Waiting to see if he stayed on the bag, I believe, but he's called safe, so now the runner at third. That's Burat. In the on-deck circle, looks like we're going to have Caden Hughes, number 20. Two and two, one out. Burat at third. Fouled away. Fouling away a lot of pitches out here.
Yeah, they are. I mean, we can't take away from the, anything away from the Griffin at bats. I mean, they're 7 hits maybe on the day, but still, I mean, they're at bats.
Mm-hmm.
They're not giving it any at bats. I mean, every pitch, they're not taking any pitches off.
Right.
They're battling these Spartan pitchers.
Dutchtown's up 11-1, but they only have a 7-4 advantage on the hits. And there's a drive to the gap, and it's going to fall. And so runs will score. And so that was a nice at bat by Hanberry.
Yeah, that ball was barreled to say the least.
Right.
Got one right over the heart of the plate, a little up in the zone, and he didn't miss it.
Now
No, and that guy has a
Number
future
20,
on this team for sure.
Caden Hughes.
And so Hughes comes to the plate, hitting for Dupree. And so Daly's at third. Hanberry's at second. Hughes at the plate. And he hits one sky high in play. First baseman grabs it. And that's the second out of the inning. So fly to 3. It's 12-1 as the run scores on the double.
Now batting for the Griffins.
So in the top of the 5th at this point, East Ascension has to score 2 runs for this game to continue.
Now another pinch hitter, Abram Green, is going to hit for Vadnais.
And there's a strike as the catcher goes back to the mound.
Probably a little sign issue right there with the
perhaps
runner at second base.
You would know more than me on that. So Dutchtown trying to improve the 4-0, and then the series starting next week starting later against McKinley coming up. 0-2.
Yeah, Green took a good hack right there, just pulled off that. I mean, you see the first pitch curveball in there for a strike. Got to know you got to protect against that, and then you paint a fastball.
Drive to center, and it looks like 2 more runs will score, and they do. That's a nice hit by Green. Right up the middle, base hit, 2 RBIs. And it's 14-1.
Yeah, really nice hit right there. I don't know about that pitch selection. You just blow a fastball by him on the outside half, and then you throw him something slow. That's usually what's going to happen right there, especially if you leave it elevated.
Number 6, A.K. Burrell.
So here's A.K. Burrell. He was the odd guy out in the outfield rotation tonight. Regular starter for Dutchtown. Fouled away. Dutchtown trying to improve to 25-2 on the season. Fouls it away, 0-2. Dutchtown, number 2 in the 5A rankings, trying to get their second state title this season in baseball. They're trying to get their first one ever in 5A.
Yep. First one that was in their inaugural season, right?
I believe so. And there's a strike called. Nice pitch. And that will end the inning. 3 more runs score. It's 14-1 as we go to the top of the 5th. Dutchtown with the lead over East Ascension. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
Dutchtown 14, East Ascension 1.
The athletic training staff of Dutchtown High School would like to thank SEC Heating and Cooling, Hollis Orthodontics, Tata Law Firm, Raising Cane's in Prairieville, Ross Downing GMC, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic Foundation for their support of our sports medicine program.
Time doesn't stop, and the world keeps spinning. Community, culture, and communications, the powerful circle that connects us together. We're creating the next evolution, a network built for every possibility, moving faster than ever before, streaming us forward into the future. And the revolution is closer than you think. RTC, ETEL, and Vision are now Rev. New name, same company.
So we go to the top of the 5th, and the 10-run rule will be ineffective. East Ascension cannot score 4 runs.
Leading off the top of the 5th inning for the Spartans.
With Monso on the plate, that's going to be a tough thing to do.
Babin.
Or has he gone? Is he out the game?
Oh, no, he's still
there. I was about to say Babin comes in to hit as he's still there. And so the question might be, how long does this take with the amount of time he takes on the mound? But they're going to come and swing like that. Swing and a miss, though.
Yeah, and the most impressive thing to me about Monso, we know he's going to fill up the strike zone. We know he's going to work quick, but the length of the innings that he's spending in the dugout in between, and to come out and still be in that zone, firing strikes aggressive. That's impressive, because that's very tough to do mentally.
That's a good point. I never even thought about that, but they've been in the dugout a lot.
Yeah, he's been in the dugout a lot. You figure, he's been 3 up, 3 down probably the last 3 innings, right? And then he goes in the dugout, and then he waits there. They've hit around the lineup 2 or 3 times, so that's tough. You can get a little stale in there, and not only physically but mentally as well.
And that's a base hit. So East Ascension is going to take their hacks.
Good job by Babin right there. Got a pitch up in the zone. Knows Monso is going to be aggressive. Takes a good aggressive hack. I thought that ball was going to get through there to get in the gap.
Good job by the hitter in the 9-hole, too.
Yeah, but I know what are we in the top of 5 right here? It's Babin's only. It's only the second at bat, so know Monso's kind of going through the lineup pretty quick here. East Ascension's they've scratched 5 hits.
Yeah, and this guy's got 2 of them. Ruggiero. He can reach base. They got a couple of runs possibly on the base pass.
Yeah. And I can promise you they're not giving up. They're not giving up in their bat. Not a Cade Cowan team. No. These guys will fight.
Takes a strike on the outside corner, 0-2. Does the strike zone expand in a situation like this?
It's not supposed to.
Yeah. Throws the first.
He must have wanted another sign. I'm pretty sure he wasn't really trying to pick him off there.
Right. Oh, 2. Nope. Inside.
Wow. Great pitch, great take.
Yep.
Man.
He couldn't have done anything with that either. 1-2. Struck him out looking. Got that breaking ball in that outside corner for the second time in that at-bat. Caught looking. And now Gotro to the plate.
That's really good sequence if that's what he was trying to do. I mean, 0-2, you try to backdoor a breaking ball, see if he'll swing over the top of it. He takes it. Great take, by the way. And then you just backdoor a breaking ball. It's just tough to pull the trigger. Great execution by Monto right there.
So let's see what Gotro can do. Misses outside. So 2 outs away for the Griffins in what could be Coach Shake's 26th win against East Ascension. He's 25-11 going into today. Fouled away, 1-1. It's been a very long time since Dutchtown has reached the semifinals, but this is an opportunity for them to do it this season. Grounder to second, and they go to second, and safe at first. 4-6 for the out, and fielder's choice for Gotro, and we're down to 1 out. And Sanchez is 2 for 2. So he's got 2 of the hits. So Ruggiero and Sanchez accounted for 4 of those hits. Sanchez possibly East Ascension's last chance. Strike called. Of course, Dutchtown really don't want to hear about all that stuff right now because they still got a tough district to play. They still got 4 games against Santa Maria Catholic, and there's a long way to go before you reach the playoffs. But they put themselves in a good position so far. 0-2.
For sure, and that's what you can do. I mean, you can never take a game off, right? Because you look back at the end of the season and you're like, hey, if we would have just won that game, or if we would have, stole their base here, or if we would have made a play here, then we wouldn't be in this situation with the power rankings. We wouldn't have to play on the road, or we wouldn't have to face that team,
Right. And they put themselves in that position. You want to be a top 4 seed because then the road to the semis goes through you. And they put themselves in a position there if they can hold their own.
Oh, and Barb actually picked up their second loss of the season today. Acadiana beat them.
Wow. As a fly ball to third, and the catch is made, and that will do it. Our score 14-1. We'll take a break and wrap things up. It's 14-1, Dutchtown with the victory over East Ascension. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
New inventory arriving weekly at Ross Downing Buick GMC Hammond and Ross Ross Downing Buick GMC of Gonzales. We've got truckloads of inventory en route. Even if you don't see it on the lot, it's on the way during the end of summer sale at Ross Downing Buick GMC Hammond and Ross Downing Buick GMC of Gonzales, like the new 2021 Sierra 1500 on the way at RossDowningHammond.com, RossDowningGonzales.com.
You care about your car. So do we. Donaldsonville Glass and Body has been around for over 40 years, providing unparalleled collision repairs and customer service, especially when you and your car are having the worst day ever. When you demand exceptional workmanship, call Donaldsonville Glass and Body. Free pickup for your collision repairs and get it back as good as new. It's your choice, so why not choose the best? Donaldsonville Glass and Body.
Dr. Brian Hollis is Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Dr. Hollis has an excellent reputation for bringing state-of-the-art technology and the highest standard of patient care to Ascension. He attended LSU Dental School, and he completed a residency to become a board-certified specialist in orthodontics. An avid supporter in our community, Dr. Hollis is married to Celeste Pyron Hollis, and they have 4 children. Dr. Hollis, Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Grow up smiling with Hollis Orthodontics.
Piku Builder Supply, your one-stop lumberyard, provides an extensive selection of quality building supplies for your new construction and remodeling. We offer computer-aided estimating of your building and remodeling plans, as well as blueprint copies. From humble beginnings to becoming the industry leader in Gonzales and beyond, Piku proudly supports our local community because we believe in giving back to those who have had a hand in our success. Let the experts at Piku Builder Supply help you with your new project today.
If you believe in me, I'll be the first one in our family to graduate college.
I'll be the one to change our history of diabetes.
I'll live a healthy life.
If you believe in me, I'll know my worth is more than face value.
I'll be stronger than a weak heart. I'll know 68 pounds carries weight in this world.
If you believe in me,
I'll believe in myself.
Belief in our children can change their future. Our Lady of the Lake Children's Health.
The Tuttle Law Firm has been fighting for our clients to get their best recovery for over 20 years. And now that tradition will continue to the next generation.
Hi, I'm Rick Tata, the newest member of the Tuttle Law Firm.
We understand that it can be frustrating dealing with your claim.
So we're here to help you get what you deserve. If you're seriously injured in an accident, call the Tuttle Law Firm today.
We're not just a face on an ad.
Call 756-0007 when you're injured. You gotta call. You gotta call Tata.
Welcome back as we wrap things up. Jeff Porsche, Mike Moeller with you. Our final score from Dutchtown, 14-1. Dutchtown with the victory over East Ascension. And a couple things I noticed, Mike. Of course, you got to give a tip of the cap to Monso for his great pitching performance and Will DeLone for his 3-run homer, but just a great performance all around for Dutchtown.
Yeah, kind of set the tone early. East Ascension came out, jumped on them early, which, I mean, is historically that's what we see from East Ascension. They're going to scratch. They're going to find a way to score some runs. And then, Dutchtown comes back. Will DeLone with the 3-run homer, jumps, gets 4 runs in the next inning to kind of shut it down, and then it kind of snowballed from there.
Yep, and Dutchtown's looking good as they are going to have a tough back end of the district schedule against Santa Maria and Catholic, and East Ascension should be able to do some good things in their next couple of series against Woodlawn and McKinley.
Yeah, and I mean, we saw some flashes from EA, which we know we're going to see. I mean, we saw some great at-bats. We saw some battles at the plate, and we saw some great pitches. Just a little bit trouble trying to finish some hitters off. But I mean, like you pointed out, I mean, just a little bit too much Nathan Monto for him, and if the couple balls maybe thrown or 1 foot one way, 1 foot the other way, or hit, that game's a lot closer. But a little bit too much Monto. We've seen him do it before. Whenever he gets in the groove, he's just tough to beat.
Yep, and so I'll see you in about 48 hours out at Santa Maria as we look at the upcoming game of the week schedule. And so the first thing we want to mention is the game Thursday, as it's John Curtis against Sanama in softball, and that's two of the 3 or 4 top teams in the state of Louisiana right there. And then next week, Dutchtown at Sanama for baseball. Then in 2 weeks, you got Sanama at EA for baseball, and then you got the playoffs. So,
yeah,
great
especially
schedule.
Everybody needs to tune in Thursday. I mean, you're not going to see a better softball game than that. We don't get a treat like that too often in this area. And then, as you said, we're going to see Dutchtown at Sanama, which is going to be another really good game. I mean, number 2 and number 7, you got 5 losses between them on the season. And then we'll travel to EA to do the Sanama EA with that rivalry the last week.
And so we would like to remind everyone that you can watch our games live streamed on the Rev Sports 1 YouTube channel each week, as well as the replays on TV on Rev Channel 4. Thanks for watching tonight, and as a reminder to join us this Thursday at 5 from Lady Gator Park in Sanama, as the Gators will host the John Curtis Patriots in the battle of 2 of the top softball teams in the state of Louisiana. For Mike Moeller, I'm Jeff Porsche. You've been watching the Rev Game of the Week.